up guys, Spider Slayer 25 here, doing another video, and today we will be reviewing the Shazam and Black Adam 2-pack from DC Collectibles. And yeah, I was really excited about these figures because, well, one, I get a new figure to add to the Justice League, and two, I get a Black Adam out of it as well, so I'm able to pose that with Shazam, which will be quite nice and cool to do in my display. So let's take a look at the packaging. So on the side here, you've got Shazam and Black Adam. Black Adam looking really menacing right there. On the back, there's a quick bio on Black Adam and Shazam. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it. And they show you all the other figures from the wave. So you got Batman, Deathstroke, Flash, Reverse Flash, Superman, Brainiac, and Aquaman and Black Manta. So there's the other figures from the wave, and I believe this is a 2-pack wave, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and I also like the top. It's got their symbols there, which is quite cool. And yeah, so let's get this thing open, and we'll take a look at Black Adam, then we'll take a look at Shazam. Alright, so here we have Shazam and Black Adam out of the packaging. And yeah, these figures are really good. They're really detailed figures, is what I've come across, and I really like yeah, all the details they put into them. I'm a little disappointed that both Shazam and Black Adam have the same face, except for obviously the eyebrows and the eyes. A little bit disappointed there, but at least, you know, we've got a villain and a hero, very powerful villain as well, and yeah, it's a good 2-pack. I just, you know, it really detailed stuff, but I just wish, you know, maybe the faces were a bit different. Maybe they could have gone with the pointy ear style that Black Adam had in the in some of the comics and stuff like that. But I mean, at least we're getting this from DC. They haven't. I don't think they've brought out a Black Adam figure before. I know they've brought out Shazam, but from what I know, I don't think they have. And I'm kind of glad that they've brought this out, this 2-pack as well, for a really good price. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a closer look at Black Adam first, and then we'll get a closer look at Shazam. So here we have Black Adam, or Teth Adam, I think his alter ego is. And yeah, this figure's really a nice figure. I like it a lot. I just kind of wish, you know, the head sculpt was a little different, because other than that, the whole both figures are the same. Same body mold, sculpt, and everything, which I guess it's understandable because they both have the same powers, and they both, they're kind of just the opposite of each other. Like Black Adam is like the Reverse Flash for Shazam. I'm just trying to get him to stand here. But yeah, Black Adam, overall, the figure looks pretty good. One thing that I really like about it is that the hair isn't as shiny as Shazam's. It looks more, I don't know, kind of mold. Like, it looks more like they actually molded this figure's hair and stuff like that, instead of whereas Shazam's, it kind of just looks like a toy, which this is. But you know, you want to make it look realistic as possible. I really do. Yeah, these figures are really good. One thing that's on both of the figures I didn't really like was these arms. If you just see the length of them, they're quite long. I didn't think they I didn't think Shazam's arms were that long. I thought they were more bulky than that. Same with Black Adam. But otherwise, still pretty good. You can get into those really dynamic poses with both of them. We'll go over articulation, I think, right now. So I don't think we'll go over articulation with Shazam, because they're pretty much the same. But yeah, let's get into that right now. So he can put his head up quite far, which I think is very good on a figure that flies, which is, yeah, that's very good. So, because sometimes with DC Collectibles, you might even get like a Superman figure, his head can't even move this far up, which is really bad. But this is really good how the head moves up that far. It moves down, not as much as moving up, but you know, sculpt over articulation. He can move side to side. His arm can go up to about there. It's a little bit weird because I think this is warped a little bit on my figure, so that's why it's going a bit down, but the arm is going up to that point. It can also move up and it can move side to side like that. I think it can go full articulation there. Can also this can hinge up and down very well. It's a very quick action thing, which I think is good because when you want him to kind of, I don't know, fist, like he's kind of like in a pose like that, which is very easy to do. Also, the here it can move in, but it's very stiff and it only does that one click, which is a little bit annoying, but I actually think it's more loose on Shazam, which is kind of good. Can also move quite far back, further back than going down, which is quite good, which helps with the head articulation so that it can move back a little bit more than the head wants to, so you can have that flying pose like that, which is good. And what I thought was really a good thing that they did on both figures is, see right here, the paint follows through. So on some figures they just might cut off, but it's actually just following through to the chest, which is really good. I really like that. And somehow, I don't know how they did this, but there's a swivel here, and this belt is molded on. So that's a stiff thing, it's not pliable, so I don't know how they got the swivel in there, but props to them for that. His leg can move that far up, it can move not so much, about that much back. It can swivel here, it can also bend in, I think to about, just to about there, which is a bit annoying, but that's alright. Good articulation anyway. I could swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle, and of course, yes, ankle pivot. Alright, now let's get on to Shazam, and we'll just go through the sculpt on Shazam. So, yeah. Alright, so, here we have Shazam. I like this sculpt, well, not sculpt, I like this paint better than Black Adam. I know they're different characters, but I just think they kind of wanted to go better with this Shazam than they did with the Black Adam. Black Adam still, I really like it. Like, it's one of my favorite figures. But I just think the paint on the Shazam is a little bit better. But as I said, this does look pretty toy-like. You meant to make it look really realistic, but they did their best, I guess. And we've got to remember that this was the last of the DC Collectibles line. One of the last figures that they sold from the Collectibles line, I presume. But other than that, good figure. And yeah, we got to remember that they've just released a new line and they're kind of getting a little bit poor with the older figures that have just released, like this one. But this one doesn't show, isn't that bad. Now, I really like the cape, how they did the cape on him. I like it because it's like, they did it close to the comics, but they also tried to keep it close to the movie, which is what I like. I know the movie is based off the comics, but, you know, sometimes they make it a completely different suit, if you know what I mean. Amazing Spider-Man, if you know what I mean. But yeah, they make a different suit sometimes for the movies, and I think they kind of stay close to both of them. But yeah, and I also really like the gauntlets on his arms. If you can see that there, the gauntlets. It's actually molded in there. They've got a little like Shazam logo on there, which I thought was very cool. I love the belt. The belt is very cool because it's actually got the lightning bolts all around. And this little circle in the middle, which is quite cool, and that's molded in there as well. If we move up and we see the legs are really nice. I love this sort of pattern on the boot, which is really cool. And all of this is molded in. and that takes a lot of effort. Something that you don't see on Marvel Legends nowadays, and usually just, you know, painted on there and not too much detail like these guys are doing. And yeah, I didn't actually tell you this on Black Adam, but there's actually a little crack there. I think that's on most figures, but I was bending it the other way, and this was like popping off, and I was really scared that I was going to break it. But then if that happens to you, it just pops right back in. So just shift it back the other way, and it'll pop right back in. So you should be alright with that. So yeah, overall, really good figures. I really like Shazam as a figure. I didn't really like. The movie was great, and I just would like to see more of what they can do with Shazam in theaters and stuff like that. But obviously, in the time that we're in, we won't be seeing that anytime soon. I'm trying to get him to stand here. Yeah. Oh, let me just hold these guys up. So yeah, obviously these are good figures. Definitely recommend them. If you can get your hands on them, definitely get them, because they're going to be good figures for your display. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. Sorry it was kind of long. I think I did well with time this time. So yeah, if you liked this review, then comment down below if you want to see more. And also, I also just ordered a new figure as well. It's coming in the mail in, I think, next week. It's gonna be a Flash figure, so if you guys want to see that reviewed, then comment down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.